So the summer in general makes me really nostalgic, and when it starts to get warm again, I definitely start to have all these nostalgic feelings. Like, it was really warm today, and all of a sudden it reminds me of so many, like, good memories of hanging out in the summer and having a good time. In particular, I think of, like, nights during the summer and hanging out with friends, and I think a lot about playing games outside and hanging out and having picnics, and just that sort of comfortable warmth that you get in the summer when it was a really hot day, but then now it's nighttime, and it makes me think of, like, bare feet and this sort of itch of grass and a blanket out in the grass, and sort of quiet, like you're the only ones out there walking in the streets or sitting in a field somewhere, just hanging out. Like the sound of the breeze. I get nostalgic for, especially there was one night Hunter and I went out and we went and sat in a little park, and so it makes me think of park benches, and we had just she was watching Stranger Things with me, and she had seen it before, but it was the first time I had seen it. So that's what this makes me think of, specifically.
So a few years ago, I was working on Into the Woods. That was my first time working in the theater on anything like that. And for, like, most of it, I felt like this huge outsider, like, observing everything that was happening that was already there. I was outside the relationships that had already been established, the community that had already been established at ACMA's theater company. But I was learning a lot, and I was becoming friends with people. And this was, like, all before I was friends with a bunch of different people. So yeah, it was about halfway through building the set. It was coming along really nicely, and it was summer, so it was super hot outside. And the Bertrams bought lunch for everyone. They bought Indian food, which was nice. I still remember the smell, the aroma of the spices and such. That was good. That was a good time. I can see the steam coming off of it still. So everyone piled into the blue box. We set up a bunch of tables. We all sat down to eat together, and that was the best lunch I have ever had. It wasn't just because the food was super great and awesome, but, like, just for a little bit, I experienced the most intense and enveloping sense of community and belonging in my entire goddamn life. Yeah, and like we just talked to, it wasn't even about the show. We just kind of chatted, we told jokes and stories and whatever, and when we weren't doing that, we were asking each other to pass the naan bread or the really gross, like, Shasta cheap tiki punch, the really sweet stuff. And that's the exact day that I decided to join the tech theater class the following year, and I have been searching a way to get back to that moment, that sense of community, ever since.
I love Italy. When I got to Rome, it's exactly what I expected and more. It is so beautiful. I love the architecture, the song, the music, and the history. And so when we first got there, Milan. We went to Milan, and I was just expecting all the models walking around. Like, I was trying to picture, but it wasn't like that. But it was a beautiful city, so I enjoyed it so much in Italy. You know, I love their culture, the music, and sculptures, you know, architect, you know, the buildings. It's just so, they're full of stories, you know. I could just imagine the Roman Empire. Naples is another city that we went. I love Naples. I mean, the first scene for us, actually, we took the train, you know, through to go around the cities. So Naples was our fourth stop, and I regret that we went there for longer because it's just a beautiful city. And we went to this island, right? I mean, you can see the island that's right by the sea. It's beautiful, and that day was like kind of misty, and so the ocean just looked so romantic, you know, with a little mist and the little cloud. Just gorgeous. And yeah, we didn't stay long. However, before we got to the island, we stayed at this hotel in Naples. That's by the marine. So when we got up, when we got to the hotel, it was at night, so we didn't see anything. So in the morning, it was just so gorgeous. It was blue sky and this ocean with lots of boats, because it's marina, actually, right? Marina? Yeah, with lots of boats. Yeah. Anyway, and so the weather was beautiful, and so we were just enjoying it. So that was good. It was so cute. Next time, when we go again, I'll show you.
Once it was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Golden sunbursts fill your eyes. Smiles awake you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby, and I will sing a lullaby. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing